Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about surviving graduate school. So I am currently in graduate school and working on my doctorate. And although I see myself as like someone who really enjoys school and learning and doing all that other stuff, being in graduate school while full on adulting is extremely difficult. And mind you, I'm doing all this with no kids. So for all the mothers and fathers who are working full time, taking care of their kids, and still in school, a round of applause to you. A round of applause to you, because my goodness, the level of difficulty I have been experiencing since being in graduate school is crazy. It's crazy. It's just crazy. And the difficult part is it really comes down to like time management, but also time management and balance. Because you're an adult and doing adult things like working full time, or if you have any kids, adding school on top of that is just like, why? Why is this my life? And so, yeah, it's been a struggle. The struggle started a little bit when I was getting my master's and trying to make some extra money, because like my student loan didn't take care of everything, or I didn't want to keep taking out like large student loans. So I started working while I was getting my master's, and that was kind of difficult because again, the difficulty is just with time management and having a good balance on everything. And so I made it through my master's program. I graduated, and something said, go get your doctorate. Now, my decision to get my doctorate, I always wanted to have a doctorate. In fact, my goal was to, after I graduate from undergrad, was to try to get into a PhD program. I always have very high dreams. And I would say that was a high dream for me, because if you're gonna go into a doctorate program, you need to know what exactly you want to focus on. And, or if you don't have to, you need to know, or if you don't necessarily, like, you're not totally in love with that topic or whatever, you have to be able to keep your attention focused on one topic for a long period of time. Me, I don't got that. I can keep my attention focused on something in spurts for a long period of time, but not like all the time for a long period of time, if that makes sense. So yeah, I was definitely trying to go from undergrad to graduate, to a PhD program, which is possible, but it wasn't necessarily possible for me because I didn't know what I wanted to do. So fast forward, finished, got my master's, got into a PhD program, and I'm excited, I'm pumped up. I'm like, I'm about to get my PhD. And I decided to go to an HBCU. And that was like one of the worst academic moves I did, because this particular school didn't give a shit about me. Didn't give a shit about me. Didn't give a shit about my program. I just felt so unwelcomed at that school. And it was an HBCU school. In fact, it was Howard University. I felt so unwelcomed there because the way that the school administration, like, it was like my program, and what program was I in? I was in a sociology program. It just felt like we were just non-existent. The only thing that school seemed to care about was the arts, medicine, and I don't know if engineering, but definitely medicine and the arts. I just felt like if you wasn't doing any of that, maybe law, I don't know, but if you wasn't doing any of that, like the school just made it seem as if like how your program should be operating was, it didn't matter to them. And I went to Howard for 1 year, and during that year there was an on-campus protest, which got a lot of like public attention. But for someone, and a lot of the people doing that protest were undergrads. So I'm coming to Howard from a graduate student perspective, meaning like my life isn't on Howard. At that time I was working a 9-to-5 job, leaving that job and going straight to Howard, driving, like fighting my way through traffic, trying to get to that school, trying to pay attention, because there was no break for me. Like finish work and working in social justice nonprofit, and that in itself is mentally draining. But finishing work and then fighting traffic, getting to Howard University, just exhausted. I didn't pay attention. I didn't know what was going on. I tried though, me being me being from that who loves to learn. I definitely tried to focus and pay attention, but I just wasn't there. And then on top of that, the school didn't make me feel as if they cared. They cared about me. The teachers seemed tired. Everything was just like, it was unorganized, and it was just draining. And that experience definitely impacted me mentally, because because to me, I just felt like I was just a horrible student. Like I just felt dumb. Like I could not get it. I could not understand. Like I was struggling to pass these classes because I did not have the energy to do it. Full on adulting, meaning like working full time, or if you have any kids, if you're in a relationship, being present for your partner, all that stuff. Those things take a toll on you. And then to add school to that, it's like, and you want to do well in school, because the stakes are even higher in a graduate program. Because if your grade point average falls below like a 3.0, you can get kicked out the program, and all that money that you put into it just down the drain. So I just want to give y'all like a little quick backstory about why I'm making this video, and for you all to just in a way, just if these tips are helpful for you all to use it, and just try to avoid the mental pitfalls that I had to go through, or that I went through. Kind of still going through it, but I'm getting a handle on it as I'm working towards getting my doctorate. So I wrote down stuff. Let's see. Number 1, bitch, breathe. I know that might seem kind of harsh, but you gotta breathe. Because you're gonna go through a roller coaster. You're gonna go through a roller coaster of emotions, being super frustrated with the fact that you went back to school, super frustrated with your teachers, the assignments, the cost of books, being upset that you didn't even need to buy this book, the amount of effort you're putting into your work. Breathe. You have to breathe. You got this. You really do. You really got this. But you have to breathe, assess, and approach breathe, assess, and approach. That's number one. Number two, create a schedule for yourself. Like I was saying earlier, my biggest issue was time management and doing having a good balance between schoolwork, work, and personal life, basically. Create a schedule for yourself. Create a schedule as to for when you're going to devote yourself to doing schoolwork, when you're going to devote yourself to, having family time, and when you're going to devote your time to just yourself. Like, seriously, have time set out for just you. Like, not catering to anybody, not working on assignments for school or deadlines for work. Just time for yourself. For me, because of what my schedule was like, I was like, okay, I'm taking 3 classes. Working full time, and also had like an evening job. So what my schedule was like was I wake up at I set my alarm to like 4:30, wake up at 5, from like 5 to 7, do schoolwork. Just focus on schoolwork. Just devote that time to schoolwork. After 7, start to get ready for my day, take a shower, make myself breakfast, whatever, then leave for work, because I had like a 9 to 5 thing. Sometimes I'll be working right after that 9 to 5 job. So after I do that, go to that second job, come home and relax. Relax by taking a shower, watching something funny, just relaxing. And then I'll kind of like start the thing all over again. So that's an example of like me just creating a schedule for school, for work, for relaxation time. So create a schedule. Have fun / find some joy. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get very frustrated. You're going to be like, why the fuck did I go back to school? This shit is expensive, and I don't care what my teacher talking about. Like, I really don't. Or this subject is extremely hard for me. Why the fuck did I go back to school? Find some joy. Find some joy in whatever you're studying. Find some joy, but most importantly, just surround yourself with some type of joy that makes you smile and laugh and able to breathe and assess and approach whatever you're trying to do. Fourth thing is speak words of positivity. Like, say to yourself, I'm going to graduate. I'm going to pass this class. I'm going to make an A on this assignment. Speak words of positivity. I deserve to be in this program. I know I have something to offer. I'm going to get through this. Just positive driven words to keep you driven. Because again, if you're the only one in your friend group or in your family, whatever, that's in school, nobody is able to really relate to what you're going through right now. So you have to be your friend. You got to be a friend to yourself and just speak words of positivity. The fifth one is to vent. If you are frustrated with something, tell your advisor, tell your classmates, tell your family, tell your friends. If something is frustrating to you, let it out. Let it out. Do not hold on to that, because when you hold on to that anger and to that frustration, it's going to break you down at the times where you really need to stand up. Let that shit out. Keep it moving. Because sometimes your friends, not even your friends, your classmates and your advisor can provide you with some great tips, some additional help to get you through whatever you're going through. So yes, do not keep it in. Let it out. Number 6, step away. If your assignment is just like making you just like want to, making you super frustrated, just step away from it. It's going to be there tomorrow. I mean, step away like a full day. Just like, I'm not dealing with you right now. Because the way you making me feel, this is you talking to you, the assignment, the way you making me feel, I don't like it. I don't like it. So I'm about to go. So step away. Do yourself a favor and step away, and then come back to it with some fresh eyes. With some fresh eyes. Because just looking at it and getting more frustrated ain't gonna help you. It's not, boo. The 7th thing is to revise your schedule. Things are going to come up that is going to cause you to reassess your schedule. Sometimes you got to definitely find a schedule that works for you, but sometimes you got to make adjustments to your schedule because what's happening right now is not making you as productive as you need to be. And sometimes you have to revise your schedule because of things going on with your family or things going on with your job. So revise your schedule. Like find a rhythm that works for you, but make sure you just follow that rhythm. And that leads me to my 8th point, which is to follow your schedule. Because the thing that kept happening was that I would follow my schedule a certain amount of days, then I'll stop, and then I feel guilty. So I was like, dang, if I would have just woke up early, I could have got this done instead of staying up late at night after I got off of work just to finish this. So follow your schedule. And definitely, if you need to make changes to it, make changes to it, but just follow and create a schedule that works for you. Number 9, snacks. If you've seen any of my past videos, you know that I am an avid snacker. I love to snack. Find some snacks, but find some healthy snacks, because what you don't want to do is to be munching your life away while you are typing ferociously to finish a paper, and you realize like, my clothes don't fit. Your clothes don't fit because you're eating your feelings right now. Find a healthy snack and find a healthy snack that works for you. The last thing is to save money, because while you're working, to save some money so that when you do finish school, because you are going to finish, you got this, boo. When you do finish school, especially if you took out some loans, those loans people are going to be fast. They're like, oh, we heard you out of school. Where our money at? And you're going to be like, but can I celebrate being out of school first before you ask me for the money? So, I mean, that's just how it is. So, but if you have some money saved up, then when the student loan people come knocking at your door, you can say to yourself, and this is like money specifically saved for paying off your student loans. Now, you can always be using this money to pay off your student loans while you're in school. But if you don't want to do that just yet, and just save and just accumulate as much as you can while you're saving and just making those payments when you're out of school, then that's one way to approach it too, because maybe you don't want to take on that bill while you're still in school, but you also don't want to be like running around all frantically or whatever trying to find money to pay these loans back once you do graduate. To save that money so that when you do graduate and they're asking you, oh, how much of a payment do you want to make a month, you can see how much you have saved and, calculate that from there. And, while you just adjust back to not being in school, and you will adjust like your bank account to add it on this additional bill that you have. So yeah, those are my 10 tips. to survive in graduate school. Like, it's difficult. It's very difficult because mentally and physically it's just draining on you. I spoke earlier about my crazy annoying year at Howard, and it was physically and mentally draining on me, and emotionally draining on me, because it's just like I'm at a school where people look like me, but I just feel so forgotten that I don't know. It just hurt. It just hurt. So but I did end up leaving Howard. I did leave Howard. I went to a PWI, in which how they ran everything, or how they run everything, is I am enjoying myself. The program is still difficult, and I definitely still had some difficult moments because of the topics, the amount of workload. But as far as the administration, they made me they made me feel as if, yes, we're happy that you're here, and we're going to make it known that we're happy that you're here, and just stay in constant communication with you, da 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 da. Howard, that was not my experience. They was like, oh, you here? Cool, I'll see you around. Like, what? Ain't this your house? I did want to say that I did have some difficulties. I mean, I definitely had some difficulties in this program that I'm in now, which is an online program. But in the way that I worked my way, or continue to work my way through that, is by following some of these tips. Like, creating a schedule for myself has worked for me. Finding moments of joy and being present in those moments of joy has been extremely helpful, because it's making me just detach and relax and know that I got this. I'm here for a reason. I got into this program for a reason, so I got this. So yeah, that is all for me, y'all. I hope this video is helpful to anyone that's in graduate school. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.